A good evening. Coming up on Business Live, cost of living projected to go up following the marginal increase in the prices of petroleum products at the pumps over the weekend. Also, the Ghana Union of Traders Association suspects arson as cases of market fire increases across the country.
We sit on the fence, behind the fence on the political arena, and then we will not allow just a few to take the great majority of us for a ride.
And tonight we're asking, how do you manage the Christmas traffic? A transport consultant, Cecil Gabra, has been detailing to us the extent to which indiscipline could be the cause of traffic across town. Hello once again, we have all these details coming up shortly after this break. Welcome to the program. Now, the cost of living is expected to go up in the coming days. This follows marginal increase in the prices of petroleum products at the pumps. We have more details in this report by George Yafe.
The projected increase in the cost of living in the coming days is being influenced by the adjustment in prices of petroleum products over the weekend. This was after some of the major oil marketing companies that control a significant part of the market in the country reviewed their prices. Already, Shell and Total have upped their prices. When you drive to Shell service station, you're likely to pay for a liter of diesel and petrol at 4 cedis 95 pesos. About 5 pesos shy of hitting the 5 cedi mark. While for Total, 4 cedis 85 pesos is the selling price per liter of diesel and petrol. This should mean that a gallon of fuel at Shell will be going for 22 cedis 27 pesos. While that of Total, a gallon now should be sold at 21 cedis 82 pesos. So let's say that if you were doing 5 gallons every day for a week, your budget should be up about 106 cedis 35 pesos. The adjustment, we understand, has been influenced by the rising prices of finished petroleum products on the international market. This is due to the discovery of COVID-19 vaccine and how that could lead to the easing of restrictions, thereby leading to the opening up of some economies. The move is expected to impact the purchases of petroleum products. Locally, fuel plays a significant part in the cost component of businesses and manufacturing firms. Now, following this adjustment, most firms will see their cost of production going up, which they in turn will pass it on to the consumer, a move that will lead to prices of goods and services shooting up. For the structured or regulated driver unions, we can be assured for now that transport fares may not be going up anytime soon. However, the same cannot be said of taxis and other transport operators that are not regulated. This could also influence the cost of foodstuffs and other items sold by market women as they try to deal with the new cost of doing business because of the hike in fuel prices. With more than 100 oil marketing companies in Ghana, if the Big Five that controls more than 40% of the market indeed adjust their prices, then it looks like there is no escape for all of us, the consumers.
Well, let's break it down. What does this really mean for us, especially as the festive season is just days away? Duncan Namwa is with COPEC and he joins us via phone. Duncan, we're grateful that you joined us. Interesting development happening. How did we get here?
We had this conversation last week. I think I remember George had a wonderful report. We sided with it, especially after having spoken to some of the big OMCs. We knew clearly that fuel prices were not going to be maintained. They were going up. It took us to the weekend, and then you saw adjustments from the big three. As we speak, we are recording about 4.8% increases, almost 5% increases. What we must stress is that these increments are coming on the back of international market prices going up significantly, and then also the cedi dollar or the forex differential is also become a headache to importers. And so if you put the two together, there's only one eventual outcome, and that is that fuel prices at the pumps have gone up. What must also be stressed is that the third variable in the determination of fuel prices at the pump, which is your taxes, has not gone up. And so these increases cannot be attributed to government action, if you ask me. Again, we would have also meant that taxes on petroleum, but then again, we all know where we find ourselves as a country in these times of COVID. So these are increases that were quite unavoidable to all of us, and we are probably having to bite the bullet, although not so comfortably around Christmas.
Well, Duncan, you say quite clearly that these are unavoidable circumstances that, is happening now, and that would have to bite the bullets. How much of an instance is it when it comes to us having to avoid such things from happening, especially when you cite global trends and that's of the cedi dollar differentiation?
International will continue. Like I just said, we get our strategy right. You cannot be like.
If you could reposition yourself, your line is somewhat jerky. My bad. I think we're losing Duncan Amwad there. His phone line very bad, but rightly hearing him out, he cited the issue of the cedi dollar differentiation as well as the global trends impacting the increase in fuel prices. We're going to be having an extensive assessment on this in our subsequent bulletins, especially when it's going to impact so many things: the cost of production, the cost of goods and services, and the overall cost of living standards in the country. But let's still stay on the economy a little longer, because Ghana has been touted as one of the best places to invest for next year, according to some fund management firms. Now, Ghana is being touted in this respect for investors for 2021, and Bloomberg News is referencing this based on some good and prudent returns expected from investors. George Raffi has the rest of the story.
According to the report put together by the Bloomberg News, the move by these investors to shift to these frontier and emerging markets like Ghana has been influenced by the low rates being offered in their respective countries. From the report, it is clear that these investors believe that the associated risk with countries like Ghana will be compensated by the high returns that they are likely to get for their investment. The report also notes that despite the serious concerns raised about the economy and the projected challenges ahead, they don't see Ghana defaulting on these bonds, hence the reason why the country is still a preferred choice for them. The governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, recently at an event in Accra, noted that there has been a decline in foreigners' holdings on the country's bonds.
Indeed, the data shows that since 2018, non-resident holdings of our domestic debt have declined from 32% to 18% in 2020, even as government financing needs remain high. This can only be possible because the recapitalization of the banking sector has given the banks enough resources to allow them to substitute for the exit of non-resident investors in government bond instruments.
However, one is not sure whether this will change going forward, as the COVID-19 will continue to hit hard in terms of returns for investors in those developed markets. Whilst others might be excited by this development, some are worried because of how this could affect our economy badly going forward. This is the fact that no matter how cheap these funds might be, it may have some negative impact on local currency going forward. That is, anytime these investors may want to undertake some redemption. Some have argued that the recent stability of the Ghana cedi can be attributed to the significant reduction in number of investors that are holding on to the country's bonds.
Away from that, the Ghana Union of Traders Association suspects arson as the main cause of various market fires in the country. In December alone, 5 major market fires have been recorded with causes scattered. Addressing the media upon visiting the fire scene at Kaneshie, the president of GUTA, Dr. Joseph Obeng, demands full security protection of market centers across the country.
We demand immediate forensic investigation into these fire outbreaks. All manner of explanations are coming true. We are not going to take it unless forensic investigation has been done and the proper solution is put to this. Otherwise, we can't continue to contain this pain. We are also saying that the government should give us security. We seek security and we employ on government to deploy as a matter of urgency our security forces to mine all these structures. It doesn't make sense that the market that is being, the construction of it, the building of the market is being affected by government and political leaders should be burnt by same political leaders. It doesn't make sense. And I don't want to believe that this is political motivated. If it is, then I want such politicians that this is not the target.
Well, let's stay a little longer on the Kaneshie market fire because traders there say they don't feel safe following the increase in market fires. They fear this could skyrocket the cost of production.
Lights in fact high. Lights in the higher pound. It's on say. Sunny and your matches and your matches. And I am to market when I used to Yamshi. You're safe. I was saying, yes, Rabbi. Oh, my boy, yes, Ranapa, electricity. And ye may be a high and yes, I buy some on my boy. And yes, I can cry Yamshi and say, Yenimedia, a baba, actually, yes, Rabbi. Omran on my stray, yes, Rano.
So she's the trader here and she's saying that all they need currently is security from the part of government. When it comes to the electrification of this market center, they are much more concerned about how safe the electrification is. They believe this could also have been one of the causes of the fires here. Let me break in this lady too as well. How do you feel as a trader? Not just Kantamanto, Kaneshie, even the eastern region, Takrade elsewhere. How concerned are you?
Please, here, this market, we don't bring electrician from outside to come and do our job for us. They do the job. So we don't know if it is electrical fault or not. So they should, we want security, we want protection. Because if you look at this Edna's shop, the shop owner, her name is Edna. And if you see how her shop is bent, I don't know how she's feeling right now. And we are all in pain. So we are calling on the authorities to help her, to do something for her. Because
some frustrated traders there at Kaneshie Market. Well, the Association of Ghana Industries has urged micro, small and medium-scale enterprises to strategically position themselves to benefit from the African Continental Free Trade Agreement area. Speaking at the opening ceremony of the MSME Market Fair at the forecourt of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, Chief Executive of the AGI, Sechuma Kwabwa, says the market fair presents an opportunity for small-scale businesses to expand the operations. There is more in this report.
Enterprises Market Fair ongoing at the forecourt of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly is themed Building Resilience and Local Capacity for the African Continental Free Trade Area. In her opening remarks, Deputy Executive Director of the NBSSI, Anna Amuhimson, urged MSMEs to use the opportunity the fair presents to create brand visibility for their businesses ahead of the Continental Free Trade Area.
Please use this opportunity to create brand and product visibility and awareness for your business and products. Increase your sales orders and revenue. Build networks for promotion of your businesses. Market and publicize your businesses. Acquire new partners and employees. Conduct market research engage in business-to-business trading, and create a customer database from visitors.
Chief Executive of the Association of Ghana Industries, Seth Chuma Kwabwa, also indicated that the market fair presents an avenue for all small-scale businesses to work together and expand their operations.
The African countries, and they will come to individual enterprises like you, pick your products in small quantities, aggregate it, make it big volumes, and export. In that case, you have the opportunity of participating, even though indirectly. So we can all play a role, and I think we should prepare to play that role. But then, if an aggregator comes in, he's going to look at the quality of your products, the consistency in your packaging, and the consistency in the quality of the product that you are sending. You can't send a product to Nigeria or anywhere today, and then tomorrow is another product. So let's be prepared and be effective in our organization, be effective in the management of our businesses, and then even be more effective in the quality of the products we come up with. And then we can actively participate.
The Micro, Small and Medium Scale Enterprises Market Fair is a 3-day event being put together by the National Board for Small Scale Industries and the Association of Ghana Industries with support from the MasterCard Foundation. Nicholas Brown for Joy Business.
You're still watching Business Live. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we assess the traffic situation in town this day. Yeah, welcome back to the program. Now, if you have been driving around town, you realize how congested the streets are. A journey that hitherto could take you 1 hour is now taking between 2, 3 or even 4 hours. But what's accounting for this? Is this a matter of holiday revelers journeying through town or a poor traffic network system in the entire country? We've been engaging transport consultant Cecil Gabriel on this one, and he shares his thoughts on the reasons behind the traffic in town.
Thousands of visitors and commuters visiting Accra during this Christmas period. The central business district becomes a destination for everyone during these festivities, so you don't blame anybody. That's the first point. Many are seen to buy and sell. They come to Accra, they come to purchase and go and sell. Others are also window shopping. The pavements and streets that we all walk on are choked with human activities, and this affects traffic, whether we like it or not. In view of this, excessive use of road infrastructure has gone beyond its capacity. I'm talking about the pavements and the roads itself. And then secondly, there is also the issue of bad attitude of drivers. Many of them are disobeying traffic. They park everywhere. They are overtaking, doing wrongful overtakings, and then alighting and picking up passengers everywhere. I'm talking about both taxis and trotros. Right. So in this respect, this is where I believe that the way forward can solve the issue. The way forward, obviously, is that we need a force. You cannot stay and say that driving doesn't need any enforcement. Whether we like it or not, we need enforcement. And then we need the collaboration of Accra Metropolitan Authority and the Accra Central Motor Traffic Transport Department, that's the MTTD, and deploying more policemen and maybe more city cards to solve this issue. It's only for 1 week. After 1 week, the pressure comes down. Right. Now, we also need to arrest and prosecute recalcitrant motorists. Many of them will flout the road regulations, and this is the time where they must face the laws. However, I don't think there's any issue of where we'll say road accidents will also be on the increase. It will come from us if we are only disciplined. So on the issue of traffic congestion, I feel that people must be very cautious, and we must also be doing the right thing. After all, Christmas is only a few days. Why do you have to rush and get yourself knocked down by a vehicle? Right, the pavements must be controlled by the authority, okay? If we need to cut on the pavement from the streets, this is an opportunity that we can use. Right, so the traffic congestion builds from Accra and it goes everywhere. Once traffic is in Accra, that's a central business point for everybody. And once it's in Accra, it flows down to everywhere. So that's the situation at the moment.
Cecil Gabra early on the marketplace. Well, ahead of the Christmas festivities, traders at the Techiman Central Market say that gains have been so positive for them. My colleague Anna Sabit has been interacting with them and has come through with this report.
Going green simply means
so the elections are over finally, and Christmas is just around the corner. This is the Techiman Central Market. We're engaging traders here to find out how sales have been this festive season. We want to find out from them whether business is booming or is the opposite. Let's get interactive with these traders in the market.
Oh, Jane, come on. Techiman, baby, shata. Business
is booming here, even though it slowed down at a point as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. But as you can see, we are making sales now. The Christmas market is good, except that the prices are high, so people are unable to buy as expected. Buyers are here in their numbers now, and we are happy. Things slowed down before the elections, and business is booming now. A week ago, the atmosphere here in the Techiman municipality was full of tension because of the political violence that took place at the Coalition Center. As a result, a lot of these buyers were not in the market. But this week, the traders here say the businesses has improved tremendously. A week ago, there was tension in the municipality and people couldn't come to the market as expected. But they are here this week and everything is okay.
And this is one factor because somewhere Wednesday, last Wednesday.
That is one factor. Because of the violence last Wednesday, those in the rural communities got scared of coming here. So that affected us a lot.
One factor.
We've recorded higher sales this week, much better than last week, which was marred by the political violence.
From Wednesday up to end that day,
whilst a couple of them say this particular week is far better than the previous one, others have the view that sales is not booming as expected. Socrates is one of them.
This year, and yet, about 19 years in Christmas.
Sales this Christmas has been terrible. I've been here for the past 19 years, but this Christmas has been the worst.
Now I'm just the idea by
Whilst I make about 1,000 cedis a day during Christmas, I could not make 300 cedis yesterday. How about the buyers who are here in their numbers to trade ahead of the Christmas? Kobna Kabiata Toban says even though there is enough goods in the market, the prices are quite too high.
There are
goods in the market, but they are very expensive. We all need these items, but we can't afford them because of their prices. So from the Techiman Central Market here in the Bono East region, my name is Anna Sabit for JoyNews.
Also how we end Business Live with me, Charles Aite. Many thanks for watching.